The Monroe Doctrine was issued in 1823 under President James Monroe and marked a turning point in American history and relations with Europe. But what was it? Why was it proclaimed? And who were the people that created such a bold statement? The Monroe Doctrine said that European countries, especially historical powerhouses like England and France, could no longer exert new influence on the Americas and the Western Hemisphere at large, however still keeping their small remaining colonies. This drastically reduced European colonialism in the Americas because now the United States considered any interference in the Western Hemisphere an attack on itself. This began America's long and complex relationship with Latin America on a good note, which would fluctuate over the coming centuries. And until France installed a puppet government in Mexico during the American Civil War, the Monroe Doctrine was largely obeyed. But why was it instituted? Simple. The United States wanted to establish itself on the world stage as a protector of Latin America and continue its narrative of anti-imperialism, which was still relatively young. It was also a result of paranoia that Europe would reclaim the newly independent states of Latin America and threaten American sovereignty yet again, and so President Monroe spared no mercy in his speeches about the subject. But who was James Monroe, and why did he have such views? James Monroe was a Democratic Republican, which meant that he supported a smaller government and less taxes. However, it also meant that he was a strong proponent of Jefferson's, a fellow Democratic Republican, Empire of Liberty, and thus saw the young republic as a bulwark against global European domination, driving him to issue the groundbreaking Monroe Doctrine. And for a time, U.S.-Latin American relations were good. Until, of course,